Maniquette. My city, my streets. But there's someone out there, skulking through the city, preying on its people, trying to take my streets away from me. Clearly, they haven't realized that I'm like the best detective in all of Rahadum, if not Garund, or like the whole world or whatever. But they're gonna learn. Probably right before they die themselves. I don't make any guarantees, of course. I'm not going to underestimate this killer. They're really something special. Every single victim has been killed with a single artful strike. Never a single witness left behind, and every single crime scene has been a veritable work of art, not so much as a footprint left in some sand. They're clearly a professional of some kind, probably one of those weird occultist types, but I'm not going to hold that against them. I've got a worthy foe at last. First time since that freaking dwarf lady slipped through my reach back when I was a rookie. It's an exciting chance. I've tracked the killer, the serial killer, from the last crime scene to their hiding hole, a little abandoned house in the shadow of the Ocularium, a place where the university is scheduled to demolish all the houses and absorb the neighborhood into its ever-growing campus. It's a clever spot, honestly. No foot traffic in this neighborhood for weeks now. No witnesses to catch you coming and going. But that's where they made their mistake. See, I've got eyes all over this city. People who notice when people show up in abandoned places. People who tell Detective Zia and Stablet all about it, because they know what happens to those who keep secrets from me. Funny thing about this little house my killer friend has chosen to hide in, there's only the one door. Single story, no basement, windows all boarded over. Nowhere to run. I jumped down off the awning across the street, silent as some sort of really quiet animal spy kind of thing, and crossed the bone-dry cobbles under the cover of darkness. The moldering wooden door on this little stone shack still has a lock at least, but it's a rusty, cheap old number, and it takes me seconds to align the tumblers and let myself in. Nowhere to run, friend. I locked the door behind me, and we're alone together in total darkness. There aren't many places to search in this house, but I keep the door in my line of sight for as long as I possibly can anyways. Nowhere to run, friend. There's a sound from the back room of the house, what I assume is the bedroom. If I caught them sleeping, that'd be a shame. I didn't want to win too easily. I creep into the doorway and see a figure there, robed, tall, wearing shoulder pads, sword at their side, some sort of mask on their face, like a giant insect. How bizarre. I draw my swords, both of them, letting them drag slightly through their sheaths to make the slightest hint of a noise. The bug mask turns, pointing its strange eyes right at me.
For as we all know, when the door catches the bird is caught.
This is Pod Against the Machine. Welcome back to Jimmy Fame Presents Bonus Against the Machine, more Pod for Your Bod, sponsored by Charlie the Lizard Folks, Chicken Emporium, more Cluck for Your Buck. Back behind the GM screen yet again, it's me, Jeff. Hello, and welcome to the only Pathfinder 2nd Edition podcast that's really a Pathfinder 1st Edition podcast and sometimes a Starfinder podcast. And this is what happens when you don't prepare anything and think it can be as funny as Sam. And we'll probably just leave that for the bloopers.
No, we'll put in the laughter in post.
I was going to say, not if it's up to me. Going main cut.
Oh, boy. Anyway. Hello.
Hey, Jeff.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh. We are back with these 4 lovable rapscallions. And I was saying before we started recording that really round of applause from me to y'all for bringing such life to these pre-gens. It's been a treat seeing the shenanigans take place. And yeah, speaking of shenanigans, last time on the program, our 3 assassins and their friend, Honorary Red Mantis, they had begun their infiltration of the Everbloom Manor with what every GM loves and prays for, splitting the party. We had the 2 most acrobatic of the bunch, perhaps, although possibly not with Kengir, honestly. But anyway, stealth squad went around the wall there. That was Jakob and Zia. They climbed the wall, landed in the bushes. A guard thought they heard something, but then critically failed on investigating it further and decided it was probably nothing and kept moving along his way. Meanwhile, Social Squad, that's what I'm going with right now, Kangir and Atelion had convinced the guard at the gate, like, well, yeah, it's me, Spiro, Curry, and Bodyguard. Went into the party for a little bit and then decided to just kind of stretch their legs and walked around to see what they could see about the grounds proper. Encountered a guard who firmly but interchangeably had said, hey, you can't just walk around. There was some back and forth between the Social Squad and the interchangeable guard. The lovable anti-heroes acquiesced. Italian, shocking everyone, including me, just critically poofs into thin air, it seems, around the corner. And Kangir, being aware of this, beckons the guard towards him, only for the first assassination of this little one-shot to occur. And that interchangeable guard is deceased. And we left at this wild, tense cliffhanger, wondering, what are we going to do? How are they going to take care of the body? Oh, well, at least we're going to find out now. But we're not, because I'm going to jump to the stealth squad. We'll figure out what's happening with Social Squad next. And there we are in the bushes, east of the tower, on the inside of the Everbloom Manor. Zia and Jakob, you're completely unaware of anything your friends are doing. What are you two up to? You found the ladder.
Right, and is the ladder in the bush that we are currently in, or is it closer to the house?
It is in the bush you are currently in. That was just your level of professionalism, and even on the other side of a wall led you to landing right in that very bush.
Well, I think we should get on the roof, if it's not too much of a climb for you.
It most certainly is not, but in the 0 time that has passed since the last part of our conversation, I remembered something that is much better than a ladder. And Zia will reach into the quiver that she has on her back and pull out a climbing bolt, which is a crossbow bolt that has a rope attached to it that she will then load into her hand crossbow. This seems like a much smarter idea, in that, it was my idea.
I mean, our idea. All cats are grey at night. No?
No, some of them are boring.
Really breaking out of character there, Sam. Okay. Shoot your bolt. Let's see.
So if we creep over to the wall of the house, I assume that it would be a bad idea to shoot at the house from the bushes, but rather we should do it a little bit closer up.
Yeah, So you have some possibilities. You think, just from looking at things, you could ascend stairs to sort of the back porch, although you're kind of risking some visibility there. But you could also just kind of get as close to the tower as you deem appropriate, and then aim up at the eaves and see if you can't just climb up, get your bolt to lodge there. And
but if you
know
leave
that just to have the facts as professional climbers and assassins, as far as athletics DCs to climb go, climbing a ladder would be a much lower DC. Maybe it doesn't come with... There's drawbacks and pros and cons, potentially louder, but also much easier to climb than up a rope. But you're both pros and you're kind of showing each other up, so just giving some information for you to do what you will.
Right, but if we leave the bush, the house will no longer be flat-footed.
I think you mean off guard.
But that's fair. That's hero point. We're allowed to give each other hero points in 2E, right? I'm pretty sure I read that.
I'm sure you read it on something you wrote yourself. You can certainly nominate one another for hero points, but that's as far as it goes.
Fair.
So I think the idea of creeping up alongside the tower and shooting up into an eave sounds like the best approach to me.
I am in consensus. So we're going to stealth out of this spot here.
It sounds like a sneak to me, which would then have you moving at half speed. But gives you the benefits of, being undetected potentially.
Do you want those as secret GM rolls? I don't
would
know
love that.
how to do that in Foundry, but yeah, I got it.
So there's a couple ways. There's an eyeball /shout if you're manually typing it, or if you're on your sheet. When you click on it, there's the option to make it secret.
I am worried my less secret roll, or my more secret roll, is going to be less good. Let's see.
I'll give you the better of the two because I'm the best.
You don't have to be that nice. I mean, you are the best. That is a good one. Right, there you go. How do I... Oh, it's an either or.
All right. I have those rolls. Those yeasty, delicious rolls.
Is this the tower we're up against now, the sort of rounded wall?
It is. Yeah, you know that part of the manor is 30 feet tall, and there are 4 windows, 20 feet up, kind of oriented northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast, but they're pretty narrow. You don't think that were you to try and go in through a window, it would be a simple thing, but a doable thing.
So I think... Oh, go ahead.
What? Yeah, go ahead. No, I was just going to say, what are we waiting for?
Just waiting for you. I thought you were way behind on account of, slowness. And she's going to point up the hand crossbow and try to shoot the climbing bolt into the eave on the tower to give us a rope to climb up with.
Go for that ranged attack.
That is a 26.
Yeah, that is just the most secure and well-placed bolt you can imagine.
That's very, very exciting first attack roll.
Yeah, definitely not going to be the best attack roll
Probably
you
will
roll
be.
for the whole game. But
Which Eve did Sam hit? Was it Eve 6?
there's actually Eve online.
No.
Well,
R.I.P.
I was
your
aiming
wallet,
for the
Sam.
parasite eve.
So sorry.
Problem is he didn't swallow his doubt and turn inside out, or he would have hit Eve 6.
Nothing but faith in nothing.
This pod brought to you by Eve 6. They're probably going to sue us. Don't put that in the final cut.
Oh, it's staying in. It'll just, be our beautiful oblivion. Okay.
All right, well, yeah, rendezvousing him through with this. So, we climb the rope.
After you.
Of course. Beauty before, not beauty. 15.
Yeah, that's enough to progress.
There's like a moment where he slips after putting his first foot and hand on there, and he just slides down about 3 inches and gets right to the end of the rope and is like, nope, nope, nope. And his pride wills him up.
And Jakob's move speed is
It's 40 feet.
I was thinking, I was like, oh, 35, 40. So you're able to
He's a
move
speedy
up
boy.
10 feet because of your great speed. Really nothing.
Come on, I'm not playing Cole.
So nothing is more fun to listen to than many
Of course.
successive climb checks. So why don't you just throw me another d20 or two, another athletics roll, and unless you do something, you're on a secured rope against a wall. We're just looking for that's a crit that bumps you.
Should do these as sneaky boys, just in case they don't know I'm rolling my own destruction.
This is fine. These can be out in the open.
That second one, do I plummet?
No, you do it. You are able to get all the way up to the lip of the roof. What is your plan from there?
Oh, yeah. We are just a couple of guys with a real solid plan, aren't we, Sam?
The plan was get on the roof
Mhm.
and then profit, I think.
Right. Let's see.
I believe there was mention of a couple skylights on the roof. So,
Yes, you correctly recall that being stated as.
so we could use
As a
those
truth.
as spy lights.
Ooh. Nominated hero point for the wordplay. The jeu de mod, if you will.
I will.
Oh, yeah. Generous. Remember, 2E players, you only get the hero points you nominate. Wayne Gretzky.
Michael Scott. Okay. So, are you heaving yourself up? Are you trying to backflip, parkour up onto the roof? So you're getting up on the roof in what manner? This manor, but in what fashion?
Ah, you got me there. Yeah, well, I was just going to kind of do that, like, getting out of a pool kind of thing when you're kind of tired, where you push yourself up to about mid-waist and then turn and just roll slightly and then get up on your knees. Like a seasoned monk doctor would.
Sure. A mockter, if you will.
Yes. A dunk.
Yep, that's the one.
Oh, you could go for both. You could be mocked or dunk.
Mocked or dunk.
Red Mantis runs on Duncan. Okay. Yeah, you do that.
I'm glad that there's hopefully like a very clear and salient vision of that. And I'm sure that, honestly, Zia does a lot better. You seem a little bit more nimble. I don't know. I guess I'm an expert. But either way, we're up here. So, how many skylights do we see?
You see two, and I will need some athletics rolls from Zia, just to make sure we don't splat on the ground.
How many do you
Draw
need?
attention to yourself. Let's see how well the first one goes.
Well, the first one was a 21.
Okay. That is good enough to get you up a total of 5 whole feet. Let's get another one.
The second one is a 20.
Yeah, that's good. We'll just go with one more.
And 27 on the last one.
Ah, perfect. Yeah, that gets you the rest of the way.
And I think Zia's going to parkour onto the top, complete with yelling parkour a few times. I'm kidding. She's being sneaky.
Nope. Oh, okay. Well then, I will move us to
Oh,
that
dang. Another map?
Yeah, I don't believe, and I'm sure there's a module for it. Right now, I would imagine that only you two can see anything, because there's probably not a token with vision for Italian and Kangir.
Well, we couldn't see like anything they were doing on the previous map anyway, so it hasn't changed much.
But do you two see...
A semicircle.
Yeah, okay. That's not the best, most useful thing. Let me enable all of the... You can see everything from up here. That's what we're going with. It's going to probably reload that scene to see. There are 3 guards stationed on the roof. One sort of on either side of the tower along the eastern half of the building, and then one on the western half who, at this point in time, is sort of near the entrance. But you do also see there are 2 spylights, I like that, there on the tower itself. And you can look down and see sort of spiral staircase of sorts descending below, and then you can also see on the other half what looks to be a bedroom or of some kind.
So getting through the glass. Do we see any points of ingress on the actual glass itself? Skylights.
What you can see, I mean, the skylights don't look as though they could support the weight of a medium-sized creature, at least. there's not any sort of like hinge to open it. It would just be a hop on through kind of situation. You can see off to the northwest what looks like a hatch on the roof of the manor proper. But other than that, you would need to either cut into or break or come up with some way of getting in through the skylight, or choosing a different method of entry.
Do you have any ideas?
And did you say before that these guards that we can see are up on the roof?
They are on the roof of the manor, which the tower is higher than the manor, so you may have... You're looking out, it seems, currently with some sort of concealment. It may behoove you to not just stand with your hands on your hips and bright red armor and discuss how you're entering, but I leave that.
I'll have you know
up
I'm
to the
dressed as a
pros.
fancy party goer.
That's right, that's right. With their disguise.
What is a way we can break this glass but not have it fall in? Did you buy packing tape? Is that part of like your starting
Just a normal loadout.
class? Yeah. Well, it looks like we either have to subdue these guards, which they're pretty far apart, and if one sees us, they might signal over the side of the roof. Or we could, looks like carpet down there, try to put cloak over glass, break, and hope they don't hear, and drop down. Pointing down to the window that they're both kind of pressed against.
Well, we could split up, sneak up on the guards, and just sort of give them the old red Mantis 1-2.
Yes, but the problem is that it only takes care of 1-2. There are 3. I say we knock glass, go through, clean up, and perhaps at the same time break glass, throw something, make distraction, make it sound like broken glass did not come from up here. We are above the sightline. They may not think to look up here. And provided that no one is down there, it should be good, no?
If you want to break the glass, I can provide a distraction down below. Draw their eyes down.
Excellent. Yes, I will break glass. And I'm gonna, so I guess if their like grappling bolt thing got us up here, I have a grappling hook as part of my starting kit with this character. So do I have like a place where maybe I can wrench that hook before I break the glass so we have a means of coming down besides just dropping?
Yeah, I think that you could get that wrenched in sort of just among this sort of decorative roof. It's not all even. You know, there's some parts that are higher than others, and you could probably wedge that hook in there.
Wrap it around a really sturdy looking weather vane.
Yeah,
I'm sure
for
that'll be fine. Yeah. So I guess he just takes his cloak, puts it sort of over the window, and gets ready to just elbow down. He's going to hit one of the sides, not directly in the center of the glass, because he wants to crack it, not make as much impact, and have that elastic kind of bounce. That's where it's the weakest. And he just kind of gives the signal.
And I want a time casting ghost sound to right around his the time of impact. Do that, cast it like down on the ground close to the house, like a louder sound of breaking glass. So it sounds like maybe something has fallen down there, or maybe someone less discreetly broke a window, but down away from us to draw sightlines away.
Yeah, I mean, at your level, it should have a 60-foot range, I think.
Yeah.
So that's plenty to be able to do just that. I do have HP and hardness for this thing, so why don't you roll an unarmed strike there?
Ooh. Yeah, no, I can do that. I can, Oh, I rolled that privately. Oops.
That's okay. I didn't even mean the roll to hit. I should have just said the damage. So,
Oops. Well, did I hit it?
you hit it exactly where you wanted to hit it. Let's just get a damage roll to see how things go. Oh,
That
yeah.
is a 15 with a 6 and a 5 off the die.
Oh, yeah. You only need 10. And you are able to, as the ghost sound goes off, get the window, or the skylight rather, to crack cleanly. And thanks to that brilliant idea from Zia, glass shattering is heard, but you kind of hear from the guard closest to the party in the front garden there, like, what was that? On the roof, and they just sort of walk towards the edge to try and peek down, and you are able to make your descent into the manor.
Excellent.
And we will pivot back to the social squad, our friendly murderers. And Italian and Kangir, you have the body here of a guard. What's your next move?
Well, Italian will kneel next to the body and do that thing of where you slowly close the eyes and say, "Rest well, friend. An open neck shares many secrets," and then start to roll the body into... Don't overthink it. Underthink it.
I think, though, as he starts rolling, Kangir, who now just has my generic gruff person voice because I got a cease and desist letter from Leonardo DiCaprio circa Blood Diamonds that I can't use that accent anymore. And we'll just say, wait a minute, maybe, well, I know you're the professional assassin and all, but it might be a good idea to swap into his outfit. We already know that Mr. Curry isn't allowed in certain places around here. Plus, there's a lot of people at that party. The chances of eventually running into someone that knows the real one and knows you're not him are pretty good.
Yes, very wise, very wise. I would like to roll to see if I can put on the clothes.
Yeah, so are you capable of taking off clothing from a guard and putting on their armor and stuff? Sure. I don't see a dressing room here, so I just wanted to know where you're planning on doing that. Are you kind of doing a quick change
Duck
in the
behind
bushes?
a bush. Yeah, just a quick bush change.
All right. It does seem kind of directly to your north there. Well, you could probably hide behind that larger shrub, and unfortunately you don't have the vigilante's quick change ability, so there's just a...
Can you still in 2E change faster if somebody's helping you? Because that was a thing in 1E.
I'm sure that makes sense to me.
I
will say that I'm... Yes, old
Yeah,
Don
you can hastily don.
Made him an offer he couldn't refuse. I'm imagining, unfairly perhaps to Atelion, a montage similar to David Harbour as Red Guardian in Black Widow putting on the suit. Like this guard is just a slimmer build
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
Atelion.
it's uncomfortable.
It's not, it's not going to be horribly distracting to somebody, but it's more just amusing for me to visualize it, and
No,
so I
that's-
just made it canon.
Totally fair. Totally fair. So Atelian struggles with this dead guard's armor and clothing for a little bit, but hopefully not too long, as they would like to continue down the path.
I assume he keeps the mask on while wearing the armor.
Never
bug
takes
mask.
the mask off. It's canon.
Never takes the bug mask off.
So you hastily don the interchangeable guard's outfit.
I forgot
is-
he was called the interchangeable guard.
Yeah, it was just phenomenal on on the module there. Are you leaving him there and behind that big bush? Are you throwing him into the bushes along the perimeter?
I think the perimeter bushes seem more subtle, although for dragging him around through a pool of his own blood, maybe less dragging is better. I like to think I'm a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think that too.
I'd like to.
Okay.
So yeah, small bushes. Now we can run away discreetly.
Seems so.
Great. Let's keep it moving then.
What
So
is,
Italian
this
will
little building. Oops, sorry.
go for it. No, we should check that out. Oh, could we hide him in there?
Like
Is
a
that
shed?
crazy?
Yeah.
I don't think that's crazy at all. It is. It's something that exists on a map and isn't specified here, but it has every appearance of a sort of little storage shed.
Landscaper's shed or something. Yeah. Do either of us have lockpicks? I'd probably have lockpicks. I'm a thief. Yes, I do. I have thieves' tools. So I think Kingar is going to go over and she's going to attempt to unlock this little shed. And we find... I'm guessing that would be thievery.
Yes.
Oh, it probably doesn't do it because I have it set to pop out. It's a weird thing about this. I noticed that last time we played, when you have the little character thing in pop-out mode, you can't roll for whatever reason. That is a 16 with a 4 on the die.
That's all right. This is not appear to be that is particularly, well secured. So you are able to open it. You see a small ladder inside, and just some
John Deere lawnmower.
Yeah, except for in this medieval time, it's actually a deer named John that mows the lawn, and they just keep it in there. No, but there, it looks like there's enough room to cram a guard's body in.
Let's quickly cram a guard's body in there.
Mm-hmm. That we will. Then I will lock it again once he's in there.
Yeah, and as you step onto the path, you do see, you don't know this, but this is the same youngest guard that was patrolling before when Zia and Jakob were in the bushes, wondering, did I hear something? I guess not.
We see them?
Yeah, I mean, they're just kind of on a patrol.
Yeah, this
Heading-
one over here.
It's a little
Yeah.
bit farther east. Your vision may not be enough to see it until it gets closer because it's dark out. And you're
Oh, that's
human.
right.
Oh, I see.
He doesn't have dark vision, does he? But I do because I'm a
No.
dwarf.
All right, well, here we go. This is going to be fine.
Yeah.
I think maybe Kangir will say, wait a minute. There's another guard coming. It's dark, so hopefully he won't recognize you have the wrong face, but just know that he's on his way.
Understood. Thank you.
Sweet.
Keep an eye out.
Youngest guard just kind of comes up and it's like, you guys see anything interesting?
There's nothing over this way.
Okay, I'll just keep walking then.
All right.
He starts
Phew.
walking, and you kind of hear him talk to himself. Oh, looks like some guests spilled some wine.
I'm gonna move this way.
Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
I'm just gonna sneak under the windows. I don't know if there are windows. I'm assuming there are windows looking out into the kitchen.
Yeah, I think
from the kitchen.
I
looking
thought
out.
there were doors at first, and then I realized that they're up against a stove, so I'm assuming they're windows.
Yeah, those are windows. Did they let you peer into the room at all?
Yeah, I can see there's a frying pan here.
Okay.
The windows work. That's cool.
Oh, wow. I just moved to a different angle, and I can see people inside now.
Yeah,
There are
you
people
you
inside.
look in a window and you see two servants preparing food and another guard.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna keep moving.
thankfully, Italian didn't shout, "Ah, the windows work," and that was just Izzy.
We hear a booming voice from the sky. The windows work.
All right. Continuing down this path area, looks like we've got a little split direction. I'm interested, or Italian is interested in heading toward the house and reuniting with our friends. I guess what we know is that
Yeah.
they're on the roof.
You do know that was their plan.
Oh, I can't move because something's happening. I see.
Italian, you're pretty convincing enough in your guard uniform, but Kangir, you're not supposed to be here, and you aren't known by something, and this something, as you walk within, along this path, you feel something maybe try and strike at you, and does I think that should have targeted you. What is your AC?
She is sitting at a 25.
Oh,
And would I be able to use a shield raise reaction if I don't know this attack is coming? I'm assuming probably not.
no, you cannot. But this misses you, and let's put you, Italian, and this thing into a little encounter. At first you had no idea anything was there because it looked like it was just vegetation, but there is in fact a large plant looking creature that, as your luck would have it, is not fond of people that don't belong, and is trained by Doatara to act as a sort of surprise guard. So we just need an initiative from Italian.
And Kangir rolled an initiative and got a... tell me what I got on the die, just so I just gotta do math. Got a 13 on the die for a 25.
Nice.
I'm looking for my initiative.
You
It should
roll
be right
plus
next
perception.
to your... Yeah.
My roll plus perception.
Yeah.
Oh. I knew that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah, on your sheet on the main page, on the left-hand side, there's like AC, yada yada, perception, and initiative. But
And it's even got the nice little drop down for if you were doing a different thing for your initiative, you could roll it.
I can put that in D26. So click roll, and then I'll change it. Although it doesn't fundamentally matter at this point because it still places you between this creature and Kangir. And this creature rolled high and gets to go first. And as we begin this combat, you do see rising out of the bushes this shambling mound. It will take a step forward and then make a lash out at you with its vine strike. And it rolls a hit with a 28.
Now, in this case, can I use Raise a Shield?
So,
or not, because I haven't gone yet.
No. Yeah, typically, until you've acted, you can't use reactions. There's some wiggle room.
I'm trying to remember because my brain is all in 1E mode. I've played some 2E, but I have yet to play a character with a shield. Like, the one time I played fighters, it's always somebody with just swords and stuff. I'm like...
Yeah, normally, unless you have a reactive shield...
I do have a reactive shield.
Then, yeah, so that would work then if you had acted. But this vine-like creature whips out at you for 18 damage. And then we'll grab you with its third action.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's not the most friendly thing. But Italian, you see this, you hear this kind of whoosh, whip, that was real Foley work, whip out and grab onto Kangir. You had no idea this thing was there because you fooled it with your guard uniform. Clever girl. That's a quote. Clever man.
Sorry, did you just say it was my turn?
It is your turn.
Great. Well, Italian has never let one of his charges be attacked all by themselves, well, aside from just now. Never intentionally allowed a charge to be attacked, so we'll rush back. And then remember that they're not playing a fighter, and we'll rush back again and stand there for a second and try and decide what to do. How about rush forward a little bit, still behind Kangir, and then I'm going to try casting a spell.
Whoa.
Nope, okay. Okay. What is this? Oops, didn't realize that would go in the thing. I wanna command it to drop what it's holding. Can I do that?
I mean, in theory, you certainly make the attempt.
Okay. Do I roll something? Oh, like this?
Yeah, I think he has to...
So I would need to roll
you
a
have to
will
roll.
save.
Good.
You failed your own will save. You commanded yourself. You hate to see it.
Italian drops his weapons.
Yeah, there it is.
Drop what I'm holding.
Can you command yourself to do well? Like cast command on yourself, just like
Be good at spell.
excel. I failed my will save. I'm going to be amazing for the rest of the round.
I'm so into Woody brain that I'm trying to see.
Yeah, if that plant can be affected by it or not.
Doesn't
I know
say
there is a
anything
lot more
about-
leeway for that in 2E. Like, a lot more things can be affected by stuff that couldn't in 1E. I don't know if that extends to casting command on a plant or not.
It's just the first thing I saw. Like, there, why not?
Yeah.
Well, can it comprehend language?
And then there's the mental element
Yeah.
to it, right?
It must have some kind of mental ability to understand language if she taught it to
Yeah, it's got to understand something, right?
attack people that aren't dressed in a guard uniform.
Yeah, I mean, it's a creature. So there's nothing inherent in the plant trait that I can see that would make it, unless it was target, one a humanoid. So at me in the Discord, I'm going to say, let's make this will save and see what happens.
Ooh, so close.
So a success, it means they're unaffected. And that was a step and a 2-action, or a stride and 2-action cast.
That's my turn.
So Kangir, old Kangizzle, you are grabbed, which makes you off guard and immobilized.
So I would like to attempt to break this grab. Would that just be a strength?
I think it's athletics.
Yeah, you've got a couple
that would-
options.
Yeah.
With the escape action, you can either use an unarmed attack or athletics. I think in this case, honestly, because you're kind of tied up, which is funny, you could use a thievery.
The funny thing is, my athletics is actually higher than my thievery. I am. You know what? She's gonna try and do an athletics. She's just gonna try to force her arms out and break this. There it is. Athletics. Ugh, another not super great roll, but the final result is a 23.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not enough.
Yeah, that was another single-digit roll. So that's one action.
And it does have the attack trait, so if you try it again...
Yep, so my next thing's gonna have a,
Yeah.
Can I roll this at a... Let's see how I can roll that at a penalty. I'm sure there's an option.
I don't know if it's out of the box for athletics checks, but if you just roll it, we'll subtract the 5.
Yeah, well, I'll roll it and I'll look at what my penalty is. Yeah, just, okay. So I will just roll it. Yeah, she's going to attempt to break out again and roll even worse. It was a natural 9 last time. This time it was a natural 6.
Yeah, so
that is a 15.
And unfortunately, that is a critical failure. So you can't attempt to escape again until your next turn.
And for her final action, she will, at her worst map, attempt to... I can't stab it from here, but I can do this. She is going to throw her trident at it from 10 feet away at her lowest map. That is a 20.
That is not successful. That was a good roll. I mean, you have a hero point, but...
Yeah, I'm not going to re-roll on a minus 10.
Okay.
And I'm just looking for whether returning happens the same round or it doesn't give what the returning rune does on the sheet. It just tells you that it is returning. So I guess I need to have what you call it opened
to your
up.
hand after the strike is complete.
Okay, so it is the same turn that it flies back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so she throws her trident at it, misses, and then zoops back into her hand, and that will be her turn.
Okay. That brings us at the top of round 2, back to the Shambler. For their first action, the Shambler will maintain the grab, and then it is going to step, or actually stride Oh, I guess it could do a step. Sorry, I'm good at stuff. So it will step for its second action, just to get closer. And
If it steps in, would that activate? Would that trigger reactive strike or not? Because it's doing a step, not a stride.
because it was able to do a step action, it would not trigger.
Yep.
If he had kept on going, it would have for sure. They are going to then make a strike at Italian. You tried to control its brain, its plant brain, and it doesn't like it. So
Does it know that, or does it know I just yelled at it unkindly?
It doesn't know necessarily. It's not smart enough to know, but it also isn't successful in swiping
take
at
it.
you. So, a rather uneventful turn for the Shambler. An attempt was made. That brings us back to smaller Italian.
All right. I'm going to try, and having seen Kengir try and break out unsuccessfully, I'm going to try a new thing. By making sure that I can do it first. And Italian puts out a hand and says, "The leaf who grabs at men shall not grab again," and cast Enfeeble on the plant. It's within 30 feet, so I'm going to try and enfeeble it. And enfeeble, I assume, means the same thing here as it does in the real world. I hope enfeeble isn't like fire magic.
It's similar. Ooh. That was a success. Got a 28.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, so that's
But
a
they're still
failure?
enfeebled 1.
Yeah.
So it is enfeebled 1 until the start of your next turn.
Got it. Okay.
And that makes it, it's more feeble
Right.
than it was before. Any strength-based rolls, including melee attacks, etc., are reduced by that value. So, pretty neat.
Great. And that was one action?
Looks like a 2.
2. Where do you see that?
The number of cool
Those little diamonds. Yeah.
is the number of actions if they're filled in. So that is
Got
a 2
it.
act. Most spells are going to be 2 action because somatic components is 1 and then verbal is another.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. On the same page. So then as my turn, I will step back. All right, then that's my turn.
Okay. That will then bring us to Kengir. You are still grabbed.
Right. Kengir, after deciding that she's not going to break out of this thing, just goes, "Let me go, you big, ugly excuse for a hedge ornament." And she is going to just stab at this thing. Now that it's politely moved within 5 feet of her. It is a 27.
Oh yeah, that will hit.
It is 8 points of damage. And then I'm going to, for my next action, I'm going to use up both of my remaining actions to use... How did Izzy get this to show up in? There we go. Intimidating Strike, which is my second attack.
Cool.
And... It's my trident. There it is. So that is a 29.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be on that 7 for a second, but it wobbled over to the 17. That is a successful hit.
Okay, so it is frightened 1 now.
Yeah, scaring that plant. And roll that damage too.
Oh, right, damage. Wait, why did I do 2d8? Did I click the wrong damage last time? Oh, I clicked damage for my shield boss the first time, didn't I?
Oh, yeah,
I
that
did.
doesn't look like
Yeah.
the right damage.
Yeah, that wasn't the right damage. So give yourself that 8 back, and then I'll roll the correct damage.
Okay.
There we go. So for the people at home, it is 9 and 12 are the
Yes.
2 damages.
So I'm going to take the 12 and then an extra 1.
Yeah, that's easier than giving me 8 back and then 9 away. Because that second attack was 2 actions, that is her turn.
Okay. Your combat has drawn the attention of this younger guard who was on patrol. And they are going to be added into the tracker here. And it's like, hey, what's going on?
The plant has
Yeah.
turned against us.
And
Is talking a free action outside your turn still?
yeah,
Okay. King here will yell, "This dumb thing! Did you not teach it to recognize the extra security you hired for this event?" I can't make a thing, but maybe on my turn I can attempt a diplomacy.
yeah, it is.
Or a deception,
it's gonna
rather.
take all of its movement just to get up to this ruckus. And you've definitely, but you'll need to. One of you'll need to make a check of some kind to convince this.
Yeah, I'm planning to do a deception on my turn.
But
Fair.
it's not out of the question. The shambler.
That scares me every
And,
time.
It only does it for its turn too.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
still doing guitar music or whatever?
I don't know how to
Yeah,
turn
it
it
does
off,
like
but
the scare chord whenever it gets to the that thing's turn.
Spoopy. Yeah, it is actually going to not continue grabbing. So, it's because what it really wants to do is step over to the right, to the east again, so that both of you are within range of its 2-action Vine Lash, and it can strike against each creature within reach, not increasing that multiple attack penalty until after the attacks. So, first strike against Kangir. That hits you. Actually, because you're no longer grabbed, you wouldn't be off guard.
Yeah, let me turn off guard.
And
I don't think. Oh, because I got turned grabbed off. That's why.
so that ends up missing you. Ho ho ho.
Yes.
It would have hit had you still been grabbed. And then against Italian, well, that's a good roll.
That's a good roll.
That's too shy of a crit, as you get whipped. And I think this creature is just, they're really not sure. You had fooled them at first with the armor, but then you enfeebled it. There's been a lot going on, so you take really good roll, 16 bludgeoning damage. It would have been 17, but it's enfeebled 1.
Let's see.
And that's all of the actions for the Shambler. So, Italian, you are up.
Tellian is going to figure out how to track hit points in this guy.
If you just click on where it says current HP, you can read in a new number.
And if you click on your token, you can just click the damage button in the chat, and it will automatically apply here.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's much easier than what I did.
If I click on my token, I can click on the damage button. Oh, I see. Ouch. Got it. Okay. Well, noted. Going to... Shoot. Italian knows where his strengths are. Sort of. You would think. One might assume. I'm going to shout to the new coming guard. This thing is turned against us. Attack it, damn it. And make some sort of, let's call that intimidation? Attack it or I'll have your hide. There we go. Now it's scary.
Sure.
So 31 intimidate.
Wow. Yeah, that is a critical success against this guard's will DC. Not by as much as you might think, but enough to where it is more afraid of you than it is of this plant for sure. And you
Great.
It's like, oh, okay. I don't want you to have my hide.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that was one thing.
Yep.
I would like to try and also attack it. No, wait, my friend is free. We can leave. Let's see. I'll step... No, I can't step back if I want to take a spell action. Alright, I'm going to set it on fire. That would be nice. How about we do a... What's this? I'm going to harm it. One living creature or one willing undead creature. Channel negative energy. Do I have to be able to touch it? Let's see.
Yeah.
I do have to
I
be
think
able
if
to
you
touch
do, does a 2-action let you do range like heal does or no?
Yeah, you can.
it. Oh, I see. 2-action. The verbal has a range of 30 feet. Great. I'm not healing it. I would like to harm it, please. Harm versus living. Like this.
Okay. Then it will make a fortitude save.
Gosh, I'm so good at casting spells.
It is no longer enfeebled because that ends at the start of your turn.
There.
But it is still frightened. So let's see. Ooh,
Nice.
ooh, it fails with a 2 on the dice.
Does that say barely injured? Oh no.
It might. If you want to click that roll damage, we'll see how much it's going to take.
Oh. That's a 1. Sam is having a great time.
You see this like energy go out and one of its leaves just gets a little bit browner and that's all that happens.
Yeah, it slightly wilts.
Forgot to water it for a day. Alright, well, I think that's my turn.
Okay. Then, Kangir, you are no longer grabbed.
Yep, and it is no longer, now that it's my turn. Is it actually the start of my turn or the end of my turn that it loses frightened?
You know, it actually would have ticked at the end of its turn. So that is on me. You gotta pass.
Let's see. What do I want to do? Actually, I think before I attack this thing again, he will pile on this poor guard that's already had just a night, and or she, I mean, and will call out, "Well, you heard her, or you heard him. Do you have any idea how much the lady of the house is paying me to help you? Get this thing off us!" And will roll a, let's see, a deception, because I am lying. And I have 8 more in that than I do in my intimidate. That's a 21.
Yeah, it is enough to make him convinced. You've successfully deceived the already frightened guard. And it's like, oh, okay.
I am then gonna go for another intimidating strike. Just because it'll be good to get this thing frightened so that its AC is a little lower, at least till its turn. Though actually, if it ticks on its turn, nobody else is gonna go before it goes, are they? Oh no, the guard will. The guard's between us.
Yeah, the guard will.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna do the intimidating strike then. Ooh, that is a nat 1 though.
Yeah, it is.
And
You're going to use that hero
that-
point?
Ooh, you know what? I will use my hero point and re-roll.
Wibble.
Two higher.
It wobbled
That was
on
a
that
waste of a
19
hearing
for
point.
a second. Unfortunate.
Yeah, so that is only a 20. So I'm out a hero point, and that did not hit. And with my deception roll as my first action, that is the end of her turn.
Sure enough, old youngest guard who will have some stories to tell. Will believe, his coworkers that this dumb plant has lost its mind, and so he's going to make a knockdown strike if he can, and that is going to be strike the long sword.
Oh,
Hits by 1.
nice.
And so what that lets him do is make an athletics check to trip it, in addition to doing some damage. So I'll roll the damage first. And yeah, 15.
Nice.
And then the athletics to trepanate. And it, just like the crazy lash, both will count towards the map, but not until after. So that is unfortunately trip against reflex or against. I get this wrong every time, so I'm gonna look it up. Against its reflex save, which then I lost it. Oh, I lost it. Ah, ha ha ha! That is it. That is enough. If it was against its fortitude save, it wouldn't have been. So yeah, the Shambler is tripped. It's wild. And that means it is prone. So it's going to have to waste one of its actions next turn to get up. And good news, getting up triggers attacks of opportunity or reactive strikes.
Oh, nice.
So if, hypothetically, somebody had one, they could take it.
Folks at home, that's another 1. I might have to switch back to real physical die.
Yeah, you gotta roll the real thing.
I got so many good rolls in this thing last time. It didn't roll me like anything under like a 15 for that entire first session, but now it's apparently giving me the rest of the
Exacting
numbers.
revenge.
The guard also finally found it on their sheet. Does have an attack of opportunity, so it will.
Yeah.
Putting in work. Guard
Yeah,
hits
that's a
again.
2-digit number.
Congratulations
How
to this
old
guard
is-
for soloing the Shambler.
How old is this youngest guard? Like, on a scale from, like, Upton Sinclair's The Jungle to, like, a modern Nebraskan slaughterhouse. It's a deep cut. Those
That is-
people who know about child labor.
Real deep.
So numerically, he's probably like 15.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah. He
he's
could,
plenty
he could
old
be
enough to fall into
managing
the
a
cannery
modern
equipment.
Nebraskan slaughterhouse at this point.
Yeah. And this thing is definitely looking worse for wear. It is going to take a step to the east towards, right, kind of positioning himself to where he could, you'll never guess it, make that good old vine lash against all 3 of you.
It's too many.
It's
It is a
too
lot.
many. But it's each creature within reach, so that tells me if he was surrounded by 12 things, it would just be like, yeah, all the vines. Like the youth still like the vine, I'm sure.
Chandler
That
OP.
guard.
Please,
That
nerd.
guard is getting very crit.
I was gonna say, that's gotta be a crit, right?
poor
There's
youngest
no way he's
guard
got a higher AC than this thing does.
is about to take 34 damage.
Oh no, youngest
He
guard.
was 2 weeks from retirement.
Our buddy.
Oh, that was,
Oh, youngest
that was
guard.
quite the hit. He's badly injured.
Oh no. I'm not feeling so good.
Oh no.
I love that answer.
Ooh, no. And then Kangir also gets crit.
You know,
Oh,
it would be
yikes.
fun if I had my reactive shield to make that not a crit, but unfortunately I
Ooh.
decided to whiff at that thing with a natural
Oh.
1.
My goodness.
Unfortunately, 42
Yeah.
So many.
coming your way. That is a lot of
That's a lot
damages.
That's a lot of bop.
Right.
Surely he
That's a lot of
can't
damage.
crit all three of you. That'd be insanity. No, actually misses
Oh, thank
Italian.
Italian
Thanks to that tight-fitting uniform.
doesn't see what the big deal is.
Yeah. He who steals clothes avoids attacks.
Rose?
Close.
Ah,
Oh,
Rose was right
that's
there.
so much better. So this is why I shouldn't do this.
Mine was exactly a crit. If I had my dumb shield thing, it wouldn't have been.
all right.
Italian is up. The creature is not prone. I need to take that effect off.
Not feeling good.
There we go.
Oh no, Kenjir is also not feeling good.
Uh-oh. Well, you're in luck that I foundry not so good. Because it's already happened. My hand's off the chess piece. It would have hit you if he wasn't prone, which he wasn't, but I didn't take it off in time. So
Ah.
Italian gets by on a technicality.
I will take it. Italian, recognizing the hand of fate, is going to say, "It's too strong for us, you fools. You, guard, youngest one, stay here, fight well. I'm going to go find help."
Ties herself to the plant.
You've lived a long life.
Quickly, come with me, other guard. Extra security, let's go. I would like to... can I intimidate youngest guard again into staying and fighting out, just duking it out with this plant?
You can try.
I feel like anything less than a crit isn't going to do it.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna roll in the game. Ooh, that's not bad. Is it
No.
good enough?
You'll have to find out. He's like, you're just gonna leave me?
No, I'm going to get help. I'm going to get help. This is my voice. I'm going to get help. Me and my friend are going, me and this person that I just met from doing extra security, going to get help. You're strong. I saw you hit it. And I will also hit it as I leave. And we're going to try. No, we're not going to try that. Just going to run away. Just going to run away. This is it. I would like to move, let's see, 25 feet this way, 15 feet this way, that's 40 feet, that's 20 feet, 35 feet is how far I can move. Unless I double move, but I don't know if that's allowed here.
Yeah, you can move for each action that you have available if you want to.
Okay, I would just like to make it clear that the implication was Kangir should come with me. So I'm not abandoning my friend. I'm just showing leadership and running around this corner.
Strategically.
This is the worst. Okay, and 35 feet from there. Up, I've air collided token. 5 and 30. All right, this is going fine. I have this
I'd
all
say
planned
so.
out. Now you can run
Bryn,
away, right?
so far to still end your turn right next to it.
Oh no.
You are
There's a
up a
wall
little
there,
bit,
right?
but yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. If you would rather have been 5 feet to the southeast, you have the movement
Yeah, let's
to
go
do it.
5 feet to the
Yeah.
southeast.
Look at that. You're basically.
I'm just worried because I know it
invisible.
has reach.
It does have reach. Yeah, no, that you make a good point.
And the point maker herself, Kangir, is up. Are you going to follow this cowardly leader?
Yeah, it didn't attempt. It didn't look like it had a ability to take a swing at Italian when he went away. So
Apparently
I'm
not.
going to assume that it's not smart enough to be saving its attack of opportunity for me. And Kangir will look at the guard and say, between you and me, I think you should probably run too. Maybe the other direction, try to confuse it. I don't think your friend had the best idea by saying you should stay and fight this, but I don't know how much you guys get paid. And then she is also going to start running with her much less movement speed. But she does have 25 feet of movement, so she can get here. And by here, for the folks at home, that is 25 feet away from it to the right.
Which that's just.
And
one
actually, I
action.
can keep moving. Actually, yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
right. I have. Yeah. So let's do another 25, and yeah, I can actually get up the stairs. Actually, gonna stop at the top of the stairs because I don't trust that thing to not be able to hit on the top of that staircase with its
Fair.
reach. So I'm gonna kind of stop at the landing of the stairs.
Okay. Oh, youngest guard. The hero we need.
Oh
him to
no,
be.
he's not going to try and fight it. Oh no.
He
You got
is
this,
going
youngest.
to attempt that knockdown strike again.
Oh,
he takes a
buddy.
step towards this plant creature. It's like, you guys make sure to bring help, okay? I'll
Yeah,
hold it
okay,
off as
buddy.
long as I can. I'm just so excited that my 16th birthday is in just a month.
Oh.
Oh,
It's gonna be great. I'll invite you
Curious,
all.
buddy.
I'm just no. I'm just
Uh-oh.
picturing the kid with the acne from Simpsons that always is like working odd jobs.
Oh, the
Youngest guard.
the youngest guard, even though I had the wrong token selected, still rolled a natural 1, and that was a 2-action strike attempt. So they are out of actions, toe to toe with this shambler who is injured. Meanwhile, Jakob.
Wait, what was his
and-
first action? Oh, he took a step forward, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jakob and Zia have gained access to the manor. Unbeknownst to them, their two compatriots outside are attempting to escape from a bit of a pickle. And we'll just have to find out what happens to them next time, because I'm going to bed.
good night.
I'm so sorry, youngest guard. Also, good night, Jeff.
Good night, Jeff.
Good night, youngest
Good night,
guy.
young-
Good night,
Scarred.
Major Jeff.
Good night, unstoppable pile of plant matter.
Bot Against the Machine uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Bot Against the Machine is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Incorporated and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. The theme for our Mark of the Mantis one-shot is Thieves Guild by Tabletop Audio. Please see the show notes for additional music licensing. If you enjoyed this, we encourage you to please leave a review. It's almost as though the adventure assumed all four of you would face it at once. Boop. No, we don't have to worry about a Will Smith pivot.
I'm going to start recording right now. Will Smith.
Waveforms.
Fresh
Patrice
wave
Russian
forms.
Forget Me Not.
Waveforms. Will forms.
Recording.
That is the song. I was talking
Waveforms of Bel Air.
Recording. Recording noises.
Uncle
Zoom
Phil
way
also
out.
played the shredder.
That's
Uncle
what?
Phil played the shredder.
Spiro
Real
Agnew
facts.
and Will Smith having tea. Boop. Unfortunately, for valid, but you know what? Never mind. We'll just leave it to imagination. I tried to AI generate after like a couple weeks ago an image of Spiro Agnew. And I don't remember what the context was, but it was just like, no, I won't do that. I guess he's too much of a political figure even today for
He's
Microsoft Copilot.
He's very controversial, I think.
Fair.
Like, he's so controversial that he's literally the reason that Nixon was not removed from office because they didn't want him to be president.
I remember taking a screenshot of Copilot's response. It was like, well, that sounds like an interesting prompt. Let me see what I can do. And then it, you know,
Nope, don't know that guy.
No, see, it stopped you because his name's an anagram for growth.
Wow.
It won't let you do a prompt with a
That
mature
sounds-
word in it.
Glad we got that Spiro fact out early, but I don't know where we're going to include it. Probably in the bloopers. So I don't want to risk that sweet, sweet G rating.
yeah, so here it is. I said, create a hyper-realistic portrait of a Spiro, like from Pokemon, with the face of Vice President Spiro Agnew.
Do you think
every
it might
time-
be more the Pokemon thing?
I
than
didn't say
Spiro
the
Agnew?
word Pokemon, I just said a Spiro, and figured Copilot will figure it out.
It judged you. It's a
It
That
might have just
sounds like a very
refused out of
unusual
like.
request, but I'll try to create that. Please wait
Like,
a
I'm
moment.
an
Internet
artist,
just came
I'm
up
not
with that.
making this.
Oops. Because every time I say Spiro Agnew, that's what I imagine is Spiro, the Pokemon.
Don't think so.
And I wanted to be able to visualize that in a more tangible way that I could share with others. Whew. Well, and now I can't unsay that. It's already been said.
can see a sort of blurry world of circles of light.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I can see that. I can
The
see like
circles of
everything.
light.
I see circles
see
of
some
light, but I can
people.
also see like, yeah, I see a couple of guards. I see them too, or those two. I can see them two down there.
Now, I'm seeing another token in here.
That's weird.
It is. It is weird.
I do see yours kind of lingering. An
Oh, is that
after
mine
image.
still? Great. Okay, good.
Shaking dog. So, sneezing dog.